I can tell you it's pretty amazing. That's an understatement, actually. Pictures do not do this place justice.
We dedicate and honor this view.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday!
He absolutely loved it. He was blown away. Nancy was crying. Stay tuned because this is something special. In the future, I hope Roger and Nancy are watching this, a waterfall needs to go up above. It'll be separate, but it'll all look like one big waterfall from down below. Imagine when you're sitting in the swim spa that's behind us, listening to the sounds of the waterfall. It is truly relaxing. We are back in Roscoe, New York. This is the 4th project up here on the property, and they just love us. This is the 2nd time this year, and this waterfall addition is going to be the perfect thing for the backyard. As it expands the other Pondless Waterfall from looking as a small little waterfall off the patio to a long waterfall coming out of the woods. By adding addition like this to your water feature, it will look like one from the bottom, but it's actually 2 separate units. So what we're doing today is we're going to be starting on a pondless basin behind me. We're going to have a little staircase coming up here using 6x6 railroad ties and some gravel like a hiking path, and that's going to lead you up over here. We're going to be removing some stuff in this area and putting a basin in. We are going to be able to build a pondless waterfall up this hill. Later on, I'm going to show you how I incorporate one of those faces in the waterfall. The one cool thing about this waterfall from down below behind me and the patio area is that you can actually see this top come down, but you won't see this area here. And the neat part about that is it'll look like one waterfall, but it is actually 2 separate systems. One other thing we're going to be doing at the top of the hill here, right in this area here, this line is facing the total opposite direction because we're going to remove that rhododendron, put it behind the waterfall, and you're going to have a nice little view of a waterfall from the back deck on the house. So Ralphie's about to spray out the Aqua Blocks. We used the tops as measurement instead of carrying all the blocks over, and he's gonna make this hole about an extra foot in each direction. That way we can get the blocks in with plenty of space, and we can backfill behind the blocks with some nice topsoil or sand. We're gonna go roughly down about 15 inches in this area, and while Ralphie's getting this prepped ready to go, I'm gonna head down below by Baldo and Felipe, who are putting some perennial plants in and some evergreen low-growing bushes on the project that we worked on a couple of weeks ago. So far, they got this area planted, and we're going to continue that down the pathway around that water wall, that beautiful basalt column down below. And they also got some plants in around this basalt column, but we have more to go. So Ralphie is working on digging out the basin up here. He's going down roughly about 15 inches. We are using the small block, and we're gonna dig a little deeper than we need to. The reason for that is we brought some sand in the truck, and we can lay a nice level bed at the bottom of the basin for the Aqua Blocks to sit perfect. We also have to dig down another 6 inches in that basin over there for the pump vault. We will be having 1 pump in here, so we only need 1 vault, and we'll probably wind up using an extension. The pump that we're gonna be using is a 9PL, and we're gonna run 2 2-inch lines, 2 separate spillways, 1 small spillway and 1 large aquascape spillway. Right now we have special guests on the project. Tommy, he runs the maintenance department at Garden State Koi for over 20 years, and we have Joe here, who is now in the wholesale department, and they are working on the lighting up here and getting it ready for the party. When the party comes, they want this backyard super special. I cannot wait to see it all lit up. I'm gonna go hop down in the hole with the transit stick and make sure that we're at the proper depth. That way, Raphael can stay in the machine digging and we can keep moving on. Today, our goal is to get in all the plants that we needed to put in from the previous project that we were up here a couple weeks ago for, those fountains and staircase. That is Baldo and Felipe over there working on that. Myself and Raphael are gonna get the basin in today. That way, when we get back here tomorrow, we can concentrate on building the waterfall up the hill. We cannot wait to put a face in the waterfall hidden somewhere. It'll be a perfect addition for the party. We also have some special other things we're gonna be doing for JB, the neighbor next door, like adding a parking sign just for him over in the little parking lot that we made for his gator, as well as we're gonna be adding that side to that water wall, so stay tuned for that. A great way for you to add something to the aquascape water wall and make it unique. Whether it's a driveway number, a house name, whatever it is, your store name, stay tuned because this is something special. You might wonder what those lines are all about over there, but that's marking out where our pump vault needs to go later on. That's gotta sit down in a depression, and we dug that down a little deeper. We're gonna fill it in with sand and re-dig that area. We're also bringing the bottom of the basin up a couple inches, about 2. That way it's nice and smooth and level for our Aqua Blocks. Baldo and Felipe have almost all the plants in. We have another evergreen tree going there and one more going there, but that won't be till tomorrow. So our goals are getting met on the first day, which is awesome. We have the Basin in here, dug, ready for fabric. We're gonna put some underliner down, then a piece of liner in there, then another piece of fabric, and then we'll put all the stuff in there, the pump vault, the Aqua Blocks and all that, and maybe we can actually start setting a couple of rocks today. So we got the small blocks in place, the pump vault's right there. Raphael is gonna cut that Aqua Block to fit into place, and then we can backfill all these blocks. That huge flat stone is gonna sit right here in front for a nice little greeting stone for the waterfall. We'll be able to tuck the liner over and bury it and have a nice little viewing area for that waterfall on the hillside there. We're back up in Roscoe here, day 2. Yesterday we got some sleet, rain, and snow, but we almost got the Basin complete before we got out of here. We have a little backfilling to do, a little bit of gravel around the vault, but you can see the site is pretty muddy. The whole goal, if you remember before, this was a big rectangle of Aqua Block, and we're trying to break that shape up into a more organic shape. So far, we have one big flat rock set here for the viewing area and a bench area, another boulder, so 6 boulders so far, but they mean a lot. That's a big frame boulder right by Raphael over there. We also have another frame boulder over here, which acts as a slide. That's gonna be a small little drop right there into the Basin area. We'll probably wake this pool a little bit up, so when you're sitting up here, you have a little pool of water before it disappears. Right now, the other guys, Raphael, Felipe, and Baldo, they are getting fabric on that hillside, and we're about to unroll a 25 long piece of liner. That'll tuck in behind these boulders we just set. We'll be able to pull the bottom liner forward as well as that top liner and backfill in that little section right behind there. We're continuing on. Got those frame boulders in place, that front rock right there. Raphael's in the machine. He's got a small boulder that'll sit back here. The guys are still trucking along. Had to take on and off breaks because the rain was that heavy. We're still out here mid-afternoon. Hopefully it'll stay away for the rest of the day. That boulder right there is gonna be our left side frame boulder. Then we're gonna set this flat one in the middle. Over there where Baldo is, that other rock right over there, that one will be our right side frame boulder. So we're wrapping up day 2. We got a couple of drops with the bigger boulders set in the waterfall. Baldo's just shimming up that boulder right now, and we're about to wrap it up for the day. We have tons of mud. I just backbladed all that, so it kind of looks smooth, but that's all ruts and a mess. Ralphie even needed to wear his mud boots today. When working in these conditions, it's very rough, but you just keep trying to go and go and go. We have a busy schedule here at Garden State Koi, and we like to try to stay as close to schedule as possible. Sometimes we have to work through conditions like this. You can still build an amazing waterfall. Are coming in with the famous face that we've been placing in waterfalls for over a decade. First one I did was way back, probably about almost 12 years ago at the retail center. And what we do is we hide the face in between the rocks, and then water comes cascading over that. It's a real interesting effect, especially with a light on it at nighttime. When you look from down there, it's gonna be pretty spooky. Today is crunch time because we want this waterfall up and running. So Baldo is working on hooking up the lights for us here. We have a total of 12 lights in this water feature, while Raphael and the guys up here are helping me set some boulders for this waterfall. We gotta raise this one up here and bring it close to that face. Then we're gonna have a nice sheet waterfall coming over that face right there. Over here is gonna be a little secret waterfall, and that waterfall there is aimed straight at the back deck. With that waterfall facing over that way, they will be able to hear the waterfall, and not only that, they will be able to see it from the back deck. One of my favorite waterfalls to build is when you take 2 large boulders of different shapes and sizes and squeeze the water right through there. A lot of water through a gap like that, and man, that looks really awesome. This waterfall is running on an Aquascape 9PL pump, so we decided to run 2 2-inch lines. You can either run 2 of those or 1 3-inch line, but a single 2-inch line is not a large enough diameter for this pump to give you max water flow. So we're working on the Basin area down below on the Pondless Waterfall. Raphael's up top. He's finishing up that upper waterfall, face waterfall. We made a couple of changes. Homeowner wanted to change a couple of things. We never say no. You know, there's always a charge, but hey, if you want to change something, we're willing to do it. We want to make sure you're happy. So we moved the left frame boulder out. We raised the face a little bit, so now it's more viewable from the lower fire pit area down below. In front of me here, though, is that Basin area we're going to be working on. We're going to be tucking the liner right over the top of the Basin, shrinking it down, and this is going to be a beautiful viewing stone for the waterfall up above. This is going to be a great area to put a bench. They already have one in mind. We're going to do some cobble rock on the side and hide all that liner today. and some big gravel in the middle before we go home. That way the waterfall is complete and we can be back on target tomorrow to finish the waterfall. One more day up here in Roscoe, New York, and this place is gonna be ready for the party. We leveled out a nice area up top to place a picnic table as well as the DJ stand. During parties here, they love to have the DJ, and that is gonna be a perfect place for the DJ to be way above the crowd of the party. One thing that JB doesn't know about is this is a parking area for him, and we made a reserved John Box parking sign that Baldo's holding here. This is gonna be sure a surprise. So we have standoffs, drilled holes in the wall, and the sign will mount about an inch away from the wall. This thing's gonna look really cool when the water's flowing over it, and the perfect gift for the neighbor, John, next door. Now we'll bolt the sign from the inside and it'll be permanently on the aquascape wall. We'll add the topper back, and this thing's gonna be really awesome. Stay tuned. So Luke, what do you think about this project up here in Roscoe, New York?
I can tell you it's pretty amazing. That's an understatement, actually. Pictures do not do this place justice, not even close. It's cool to see someone do an outrageous job executing this, and then to try to step it back with approximately what parts it would take to do. Pretty wild.
And right now, Luke, we're gonna be revealing that water wall there with a special plaque. It is gonna be awesome.
And now we call JB, John Box.
JB! He's a man.
First off, we'd like to thank everyone, family, friends, for coming and joining us on this day for this special person we consider a dad to us. I'd like everyone to please give a round of applause first to the owners of Garden State Koi, Tom and Nancy Smith. Next is an innovative and creative designer from Garden State Koi, Tim Dilly and his wife, Elena. I have to throw Tim's crew in, Ralphie, Felipe, Baldo, and Desi. And I think there's other ones I'm forgetting. When we first met 12 years ago, we knew right away we'd be the best neighbors anyone could ever have. We dedicate and honor this for you.
I know. Look at this.
Wow.
Wow. Whoa.
Welcome to John JB Box Landing.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, JB.
Happy birthday, JB.
Happy birthday.
So we just revealed the fountain for JB for his birthday, and he absolutely loved it. He was blown away. Nancy was crying. What a special moment. And I'm so glad I was a part of it and was able to help them design the special gift for JB. Such a kind neighbor, and without him, none of that in front of you could be possible. Check out that paradise up here in Roscoe, New York. This backyard does not want to make you put outdoor lighting in your landscape. I don't know what will. This place is absolutely amazing. If you like what you saw in this video, press that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. It means a lot to me and my team here at Garden State Koi. To not only give them a little peek of the waterfall from there, but the sights and sounds of a waterfall. That didn't make any sense. We're gonna be unveiling, we're gonna be